Hello guys, this is Sakshi and I'm back with yet another lesson on daily course to learn new root words to expand your vocabulary. Now in my previous lesson, if you had seen the lesson, I had promised you that I'll be discussing a very interesting root word for you. So keeping with that promise, I will now discuss that root word and the words which emanate from it. So let us begin with our lesson. It is presented by me, Sakshi Saluja. This is a small slide about me. I'm an MBA postgraduate. I'm a freelance content writer by profession. I love to read, write, watch movies, watch English series. If my lessons are helping you in any way whatsoever, and if you like to follow them, please follow me on this link on Unacademy so that whenever I post a new lesson, you are notified for the same. Also, do not forget to rate, review, recommend and share the lesson among maximum people. Your ratings and your reviews which you give are very important to us because they help us know where we can do the improvements for you. So where we are lacking, what all things need to be included. So they kind of help us in knowing that. So please do that. Please find some time from your precious time and do write the review. Also, if you have any doubts, any feedbacks, any queries you would like to give regarding the lesson, feedbacks you will have regarding the lesson or otherwise any queries you have, please post them in the comment section so that we can help you out with the same. So our root word for today is EU. Okay, now this EU is not that European Union, of course, that is capital EU and we're not talking of that. So we are talking of EU when EU is used as a prefix in words. Okay, generally it will be used as a prefix in words, and this word basically, this root word means something which is good, something which is well. All right, so well-being, good. So it's basically pleasant. Okay, so it has a pleasant tune to it, this root word. So you will also agree with me once you know the words which we are going to discuss. So it's kind of interesting to learn words which are related to this root word because they are not general words. Okay, you may be knowing, some of you may be knowing those words, but I suppose that for some of you they are new words. So it will be kind of a revelation for you. So let us discuss the words with you. So our first word for today is euphoria. Now euphoria, as you can see, has the root word EU in the starting as a prefix, and euphoria is basically a feeling or state of intense happiness. Okay, you must have heard this word, but it means complete happiness, sense of satisfaction, excitement, okay, sense of well-being. So everything is good, okay, so pleasant. A pleasant feeling is euphoria. So when you use it in a sentence, you say, when she received her acceptance letter to Harvard, she was in a state of euphoria for weeks. So you can understand the feeling. Okay, so euphoria would be for her because she had got admission into Harvard University. So what kind of a happiness she must be feeling. So that's euphoria. So euphoria is something which is, when you are intensely feeling happy. So that is the feeling of euphoria. So as we see that it is related to the root word also, because root word means good, happy, everything related to pleasant, okay, is EU, the root word, and it has this root word in the starting of the word. So it will mean that only. So it means an intense state of happiness, feeling of joy, that is euphoria. Okay, so that's the meaning of the word, and this is how you can use it in a sentence. Our next word for today is euphemism. Okay, euphemism basically is the usage of a pleasant word instead of a harsh word for something. Okay, when you have to express something harsh, when you have to express something bad, okay, something negative, what you do is that in order to make it milder, in order to make your expression milder, you do not describe that negative word in a very harsh manner. Okay, it's better to in order to make your language better, you have to use certain mild words to describe that negative thing. Okay, it will be more clear when we see the examples. Now, to say jail, okay, to say that he has gone to jail, it's kind of negative, okay, it's kind of very extreme that he has gone to jail, it's kind of insulting. But when you say that he has gone to a correction facility, okay, so correction facility is the euphemism for the word jail. So when you say correction facility, it's kind of mild, okay, it's not that insulting when you say that he has gone to a correction facility. So it's basically a little sophisticated kind of an expression when you use for negative things, okay, for negative things, for negative words, you use a milder expression and a little sophisticated, okay. So this is just two examples I could quote here, but then there are many examples of euphemism. Like for example, for second hand cars, okay, when you say that I'm buying a second hand car, so that's kind of, you know, insulting, that second hand car. But if you say I am buying a pre-owned car, okay, so it's a little, you make your conversation a little sophisticated, okay, so a little refined. So to make that, you use the word pre-owned car. So for second hand cars, the euphemism is pre-owned car. So this is very common, that commonly used euphemism. Like also, instead of firing someone from the office, you can say that you have let someone go, okay. So that's, firing someone is, you know, it's the extreme of something. So extreme expression of firing someone means that you have let that person go off. So if you say let that person go off, I have let someone go off. So that's a little milder expression of this. So when you search for euphemisms on the internet, you will find loads and loads of expressions, and they are kind of interesting to find also. So you can take this exercise also for yourself, that try finding more euphemisms, because if you use euphemisms, it kind of adds an extra edge to your written or spoken communication. All right, because when you use euphemisms, it's you know, impacting, it gives a good impact. So to do that, you can find more euphemisms. So euphemism is basically using a pleasant word, a milder word for something harsh. Okay, you can use that also, but then that it's very harsh and it's insulting sometimes. So instead of doing that, instead of using those words, you can use mild words which are more refined, which are more sophisticated. Okay, so you can find more euphemisms on the internet. You will find loads and loads of them. So that can be an exercise for you. So as you can see, it's related to the root word also, because EU means good. So using a good word for something bad. So that's euphemism for you. All right. Our next word is eulogy. Now eulogy is again having the root word as a prefix. As I already told you that this root word will be generally found as prefix in the words. So eulogy is basically a speech or piece of writing which is praising someone, okay, in praise of someone, especially who are dead. All right, so especially for the dead, it's kind of a praising speech for someone who are dead. So that is eulogy. Okay, like when I have used it this in a sentence. This sentence actually I quoted from a newspaper. All right, so some newspapers eulogized the terrorists as martyrs. So that was kind of interesting to note that the newspapers are calling terrorists as martyrs. Now I hope you know who martyrs are. Martyrs are those people who sacrifice their lives for the country, for their religion, okay, that they are not going to give up their religion, they are going to follow their religious beliefs, they are serving the country, they have fought for the country and they have sacrificed their lives for the country. So those are martyrs, okay. So but how can you call terrorists martyrs? So terrorists are not martyrs, but then when the newspapers, they called the terrorists, they termed the terrorists as martyrs. So it strikes me that this can be a sentence that some newspapers have eulogized the terrorists as martyrs. That means they have praised the terrorists. Okay, terrorists, they don't deserve the word martyr, but some newspapers, they have praised those terrorists by calling them martyrs. So that's kind of eulogy for the terrorists. So that's how you can use it in a sentence, and I hope the meaning is clear to you. So the word is related to root word also. Why? Because it is good. Okay, that means you're speaking something good in praise of someone. So that's related to the root word also. Our next word is euthanasia. Now this is not euthanasia. Okay, please see the pronunciation. It's euthanasia. Okay, so it again has the root word in the prefix, and euthanasia is basically a practice which is followed in many countries. It is also known as mercy killing. Okay, it means that when a patient is suffering from something which is irrecoverable, so in order to lessen his suffering, okay, what is done is that the patient demands death for himself. So in that case, if the patient requests the doctor, it's the responsibility of the doctor to grant him the killing. All right, so that's called mercy killing. So the doctor, in order to relieve him, in order to relieve the patient from pain, the doctor can himself terminate the life of a person. So that's done in extreme cases, and in some cases the patient pleads for killing. In some cases the patient's family pleads. So either that depends on the law which is followed in a particular country, the law regarding euthanasia. So that law is different in different countries. So that is the meaning of the word euthanasia. So I have used it in a sentence for you. The doctor refused to perform euthanasia even though he knew it would permanently remove his patient's suffering. So the meaning, the sentence is very much clear, and it is giving you the exact meaning. So over here it is related to the root word. Why? Because the word euthanasia, the root word EU, also means well-being of a person. So this practice is basically meant for the well-being of the patient. So that's how it is related to the root word. Our next word for today is euphony. Now euphony is basically, again it has the root word in the prefix, and euphony is basically the quality of being pleasing to the ear. That is something which is good to listen. Okay, so that's euphony. So when you use it in a sentence, you see the euphony of the reader's voice tempted me to fall asleep. So because the reader's voice was so soothing, so it kind of tempted him to fall asleep. So something which is good to ears is euphony, and it is related to the root word also because it is good to the ears. So EU means good, so euphony is good to the ears. So that's how it is related. So this is all we have in this lesson. In my next lesson, I'll be coming up with another root word for you. Hope to see you there. Until then, keep learning, keep growing. Thanks for watching.